Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm Akeem, and in today's Daily Fix, Sony is having a really good year so far with the PlayStation 5 breaking records. Star Wars Jedi Survivor is getting review bombed because, of course, it is. Now, you might be able to try the Cyberpunk 2077 DLC early, and so much more on today's Fix. Let's drop it. Now, Sony did a little bit of bragging in its latest earnings report, stating that the PS5 had its best year on the market so far, with 19.1 million units sold in 2022 to 2023. Now, that means the PS5 has crossed an impressive 38 million units sold since launch. But Sony isn't done. Now, the company is shooting a bit higher this year, saying, quote, "We aim to continuously accelerate penetration of PS5 and aim for PS5 sell-in units for the current fiscal year to be 25 million units, the highest ever for any PlayStation console in history." Now, it's worth mentioning that no Sony console, not even the best-selling console of all time, the PS2, sold 25 million units in a single year. Now, it's impressive to see strong numbers from Sony, considering the PS5 has only recently been easy to find in stores. Now, supply chain issues and other factors caused the console to be scarce in the first couple of years on the market. Now, this all might sound like Sony just throwing a little bit of shade at Microsoft, as Xbox is reeling from some considerable setbacks lately. Now, just yesterday, the UK's Competition and Markets Authority prevented its acquisition of Activision Blizzard. And in its own recent earnings call, Microsoft also revealed Xbox hardware revenue is down 30%, and the gaming division as a whole is down 4%. Now, the Xboxing match between the two companies is relentless as the ongoing console wars continue. Now, were you one of the millions and millions who contributed to Sony's numbers? Are PS5s easy to find at your local store? Well, let me know in the comment section down below. Now, switching gears from hardware news to software, the highly anticipated Star Wars Jedi Survivor is out right now, and we loved it, giving it an IGN score of 9 out of 10. But if you're planning on picking up the game today on PC, well, you might want to wait just a bit, because the game is being review bombed on Steam, where it's currently at 38% positive. That's not that good. According to users, the game's performance on PC is extremely inconsistent. Now, Steam user Dr. Taco Chocolate, weird ass name, said, quote, "I'm using a 3090 Fe and 5700X and getting a consistent 30 frames per second in some areas. Other areas give me a mostly consistent 45. This is at 1440p. Now, on Reddit, it's a similar story. Now, user Delicious P3706 is also claiming performance issues for the game on PC. Now, they said they're running the game on an RTX 4090 with a Ryzen 7900X3D and claim the game crashed the entire PC. Now, you can really trust those two people, especially with names like that. Anyways, just to note, we do state that the review was done on a PlayStation 5 and not a PC, and by most accounts, the game is running fine on console. Now, it's also worth noting that regardless of what platform you're playing it on, there's a pretty meaty launch day download, with the PC update being 128 gigabytes. Woo! Now, publisher EA also released a statement on Twitter saying they're aware of the issues and are committed to fixing the problems. Alrighty, now in medical science news, wait, what show is this? We're doing science, I guess? Okay, whatever. Anyways, scientists are using the game Cities Skylines to understand personality disorders. Please don't check out just yet. Please hear me out. It's gonna be interesting, I swear. Anyways, via psychology website SciPost, a recent study saw researchers asking a pool of 242 volunteers with a variety of personality disorders to play the Metropolitan Management game to see how their traits affected their performance in the game. Now, volunteers were given 2 hours to grow their city's population to 5,000 residents with a satisfaction rating of at least 75% and a bank balance in the positive. Now, according to the study, volunteers with higher expressions of schizotypal, depressive, and histrionic personality traits performed poorly compared to others. But the results were not black and white. Now, the study notes that individuals exhibiting, quote, high levels of usually negative personality traits could still do well if they also had higher motivation for creation, action orientation, and other traits. Now, SciPost also notes that the study did not take into account an individual's previous experience with management sims. Now, the full paper is available to view online via the journal Frontiers of Psychology if you're interested in learning more. And if you're anything like me, you're more than likely not too interested in asking yourself, what the hell did this man just say? A bunch of words? Get back to the gaming news about games. Enough of this science stuff. But it's there if you are indeed interested, I guess. Alrighty, and finally, CD Projekt Red took to Twitter today announcing that the upcoming expansion for Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, will be playable this summer. Now, hold your horses. It doesn't say there's a public demo coming, but specifically there will be a hands-on time for press and content creators at this year's Summer Game Fest Play Days. And we'll be covering the event, so stay tuned to IGN for more on the highly anticipated expansion. And that was your Daily Fix for today, April 28th. Now, if you're looking for something else to watch, you can catch me again on today's episode of the Entertainment Fix. It's like this show, but all about movies and anime and comic stuff. There's no anime today, but it's still a good one. Anyways, you can follow IGN on all your social platforms and subscribe to us here on YouTube. And for everything gaming news related, keep it right here on IGN.